Hi all, today I'm showing you my grandma's southern brownies that I turned into salted caramel brownies. It's very easy, I'll show you how. Ingredients you'll need: 2 large eggs, 1 teaspoon of instant espresso powder, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, pan baking spray with flour, 1 cup of walnuts or pecans, 1 tablespoon of Dutch processed cocoa, 6 tablespoons of salted butter, a half a cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips, 1 cup of granulated sugar, and a half a cup of all-purpose flour. You'll need to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. First up, I start off by chopping the nuts. You can either use, as I said, pecans or walnuts. I had walnuts on hand today, so that's what I used. And how I came up with this is I saw there was a video, I think it was an English girl, I don't remember her name, but she had gone to some place called Daylesford, and she was pointing out to salted caramel brownies, and I said, I bet I could make those. Use my grandma's recipe and make those salted caramel brownies, and I did. So first off, I'm measuring out a half a cup of the chocolate chips. And I've taken a pot of water and I've put a glass bowl over it to melt the chocolate chips and the butter and the cocoa powder. First up, I put 6 tablespoons of salted butter, then half a cup of the chocolate chips and 1 tablespoon of the Dutch processed cocoa, and I melt everything together. Now, while that's melting, I add 2 large eggs to a stand mixer and 1 cup of the sugar. And I'm going to beat everything on high because I want to incorporate everything, and it's a bit of alchemy. It changes kind of consistency to like a whipped cream. You'll see. I do a close-up of it. And as you can see, it totally changed consistency. It's like whipped cream now. And while that's done, I am now going to sift a half a cup of all-purpose flour. We want to get out any lumps from the flour. And there's not a lot of flour in here, or even really moisture. It's all from the butter and, of course, the vanilla extract. So now I'm just adding a 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt. I'm whisking it together and making sure it's all incorporated. Then I go back to the stove and everything has been melted together. And so I'm going to take it off the heat and I'm going to let it cool for 10 minutes before I add the chocolate to the egg and sugar mixture, because you don't want to scramble the eggs. And now that the melted chocolate is cooled for a little bit, I add it to the whipped sugar and butter mixture. I'm mixing on high. I'm going to make sure I get every last bit of chocolate out, because that's the chocolatey goodness right there. And then, once that's all incorporated, I add the flour mixture and mix. And you'll notice that I only mix for a few seconds, and then I stop the mixer and I scrape down the bowl. And that's because I don't want to mix it too much, and I want to make sure that everything gets incorporated as fast as possible, with as little mixing as possible. So once the attachment almost fell off. Disaster averted. So now I turn it back on, I mix it for maybe 5 seconds, and now that's done. I'm going to add a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and then next I'm going to add the 1 cup of chopped walnuts. As I said, you could use almonds if you wanted, you could use pecans, but today I had walnuts. My mama does prefer pecans, but we have walnuts. And I mix that together. And then next I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of instant espresso powder. Now that's my addition to my grandma's recipe, because I think I saw Ina Garten. I can't say her name properly, I'm sorry. She's the Barefoot Contessa, she's wonderful. So I sprayed an 8x8 pan with pan baking spray, and now that it's prepared, I'm pouring the batter into the baking pan. And if you stop here and you do nothing else and you just bake it off in the 350-degree oven for 25 to 35 minutes, you have my grandma's brownie recipe. So I'm now going to add 1/3 cup of caramel sauce. I made this caramel sauce before. I'll link the description down below, along with the vanilla extract that I made homemade. And you only want to put 1/3 cup on top, because remember, baking is like a science experiment. You have to have exact measurements for everything to come out well. And I just swirl the caramel in, and then I place it in the preheated oven that's 350 degrees that I did earlier. And it will bake between 25 to 35 minutes, depending on your oven. And I use a toothpick to test for doneness. If it comes out clean, it's done. When they come out, I cut them into squares, and I serve a little bit more caramel sauce on top, and I sprinkled with some fleur de sal, which is a finishing salt. They came out so delicious. My mama said they were the best brownies she's ever had. To help our channel grow, we're asking everybody to please like, subscribe, and comment. If you're enjoying our content, and we really hope that you are, please consider becoming a subscriber. It doesn't cost you anything, but it does help us out tremendously. We also ask that you please watch the video from beginning to end. This also helps us out. It's all because of how the YouTube algorithm works. Otherwise, we stay hidden. All these things are necessary for growth on YouTube, and we want to grow. Thank you all for your help. I post videos 3 times a week, on Sundays at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and on Tuesday and Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. With the holidays coming up, we're very excited to be showing you how we celebrate Thanksgiving and Christmas here in the South, with all of our Southern traditions going back hundreds of years. So please don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. We'll see you real soon. Thank you all for watching. We're very grateful to all of our new and old subscribers for supporting us and helping us grow. We know that Hurricane Helene and Milton have destroyed lives and communities, affecting so many who live here in the South and Southeast. So we're encouraging you to help those in need this holiday season coming up by donating to the American Red Cross, the Salvation Army, World Central Kitchen, All Hands and Hearts, AmeriCares, Operation Blessing, and Save the Children. They have a long road to recover. It's not going to happen in a month or a day. It's going to probably be years. So we're asking everybody to not forget about those who've been affected by Milton and, of course, Helene. We're not affiliated with any of these organizations, but we know they're doing great work on the ground. As always, stay safe and be blessed.